There's family. How are you doing? This is Marlene Motivates, and I am your life coach. Today, we're going to be tapping in and just talking very quickly about this topic that is on my heart about the desire, the need, the feeling of perfection, and none of us are. We don't have to be perfect. That's the thing. You don't have to be perfect. And you shouldn't have to try to. Don't try to be perfect for relatives. Don't try to be perfect for a romantic relationship. Don't try to be perfect for a job. Just be yourself. And the people that can appreciate you, the people who are there for you, the people who care about you will think about your wants, your needs, and will want you to take breaks, will want you to be happy and healthy. The people who are toxic in your life, those are the ones that don't care if you say you're tired. Those are the ones that don't care if you ate something, or if you give your the last of your money, or you're overwhelmed or stressed out. We don't have to be perfect, but one thing we do have to be is we have to be okay. You have to be okay. And it means that you're going to have to set those boundaries. You're going to have to put some boundaries out there, put them in place. And speak up for yourself. It's not about perfection. It's about knowing yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what you deserve, and not allowing less than that. This channel is all about motivation, not perfection, and not feeling that we have to try to be like anybody else. Don't compare yourself. Your situation is unique to you. Your personality, your circumstance, your background, you know, just who you are. So we don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be perfect. What really counts is that you try. You try to be your best self. You try to be happy and consistent for you. It's not about being perfect. And one lesson that I wanted to bring to you all this Wednesday evening is that it's not about being perfect, like you're not having any problems. See, that perfection syndrome is something that only you can cut that out. You have to not make it seem like you don't need help, or you shouldn't make it seem like you don't need support, because people that really care about you will reach out. They will ask you, do you need something? Are you okay? So part of that perfectionism thing is knowing when you need help, knowing the people who really truly care, not just the ones who are just saying it. Oh, yeah, if you need anything, I'm here, yada, yada, yada. We've all heard that. I mean, the people that you know really and genuinely care about you. Hey, realist, how are you doing? We know the people who really genuinely care about us, and those are the individuals that you lean on. And not being perfect. You don't have to be perfect with them, because those are the people that you can let your guard down around them. They will listen to you. They will be supportive. And they're the ones that are going to get on you when they know. Even if you say, I'm okay, they know when you're not. So part of that perfectionism syndrome that I was talking about, that we each have to check. You don't have to be perfect as a woman. You don't have to be perfect as a man. You don't have to be a perfect parent or sister or relative or perfect for other people. What matters is that we're okay. And a lot of times we're not okay. You're not doing what you need to do for yourself. You're not setting the boundaries. You're not speaking up for yourself. You're feeling like you have to be superwoman. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. Hey, Shay, I'm going to tell you guys something that perfectionism thing, it's not a good thing. It's not healthy. Hold on a second. And it's not good for our mental health. It's not good for your mental health to pretend, putting up this fake persona like you are all right. And I do understand it, that there's a lot of very strong women and very strong men carrying heavy burdens, such as being a single parent or being a caregiver or just doing the adulting things like being responsible and paying your bills and minding your own business. Thank you so much, Shay. And those are some of the things that we have to do, right, as adults, the adulting part. But that perfectionism, I think it starts from the time we're really young. Like your parents, well, I shouldn't say all parents, but some parents made it seem like your only role was to be supportive, always being there for everybody, lend a helping hand. But lending a helping hand comes to, it becomes a very heavy burden if you always feel like you have to bail out, if you always have to support everybody else, if you feel like you always have to be there for everybody. And that's not a good thing. One thing that therapy taught me, self love, self respect, self awareness, was a balance that you help people when you can. Listen to this, motivators. You help people when you can, not every time someone asks. Or here is the perfectionism in us, that we feel like, well, if they don't do it, then who's going to do it? So I have to do it. So we have to stop offering ourselves up for things. And here it goes. Okay, you guys, move your toes out of the way because I'm going to step on some toes right here. But we can't be complaining about the things that we do to help and support others and complain about it, like saying, I do this, I do this, I do this, but you volunteer yourself. You say you want to do, you ask, can I help you with this? And then you complain about it. So you have to make a choice and not straddle the fence. Are you going to help with your full heart because you want to? Are you doing it because you feel like out of obligation? You feel obligated to do it. There is a major difference, because one side of it, you can sit in the positive because you want to do it. You're moved, you're stirred by love, or you're stirred because out of just the kindness of your heart. But on the other side, when you feel like you're doing it because I have to, and you're rolling your eyes and you're sighing and how long is this going to be? Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself, and don't do that to others, because it's not a good look. It shows immaturity. It shows that you really don't want to do it. So we really need to look at ourselves when we're doing things that we really don't want to do. And nobody should be making you do anything. No, you make a choice. We each have choices to make as adults. And one of those choices will be, I will not do things that I don't want to do. Everything that I do because I'm stirred by love. I'm stirred by kindness, and it's because something I can afford to do. So you got to think about all of those things and not the perfectionism, not the spreading yourself too thin, not feeling like you got to be the perfect mother or father or sibling or friend or spouse or whoever you are in people's lives. Because let me tell you something, we will empty ourselves and do all of these things for everybody, being perfect, having this persona of, oh, I'm all right. And inside you're falling apart. Inside you're on your, very short fuse, or your mental health is not good, or you're going through something, but the perfectionism because maybe you've been betrayed, or because you're not surrounding yourself by supportive people. That's the reason why you're moving that way. But the perfection in us, because you don't want to appear that you don't have everything together. See, and the thing about it is, motivators, nobody has everything together because nobody's perfect. But at the same time, don't don't do that. Don't do that to yourself, and don't do that to other people. One of the best things that I ever have learned in the past 7 to 8 years, and that has been learning to be honest with myself. Don't agree to things. Don't volunteer myself when my spirit tells me no, when there's like something doesn't feel right, when the energy is bad or something. If you're not really moved, or when there's some red flags, if there's something that it's not consistent with the direction that you want to be moving in, listen to that. Believe in that. Hey, Nate, how are you doing? Listen to that. Don't ignore it. We will protect ourselves in so many different aspects by being honest with ourselves. I don't like this person, and there's nothing wrong with it. We don't have to get along with everybody. And I don't know what is this thing in being an adult. Listen, there's a lot of people that are your very own blood relative that we're not going to like. There's going to be people around us that we're not going to like. And the sooner that you face that is the happier you will become. Don't be fake. Be real. Be real with yourself and be real with other people. And not that you're going to be nasty with it and things like that, but the people you're going to vibe with. The people that are healing for you. The people that are going to encourage you and elevate you. So don't have this perfect persona. Oh, yeah, like you get along with everybody, like you like everybody. That's toxic behavior. No, and we're not going to do that. We're not going to do the toxic behavior. We're not going to do the immaturity. We're not going to claim everything is perfect in our relationships with other people too, because that's a thing that I have been working on. I've been promising myself that I was going to show up genuine, you know? Just like it's not like I'm going to be rude or nasty, because I'm just not that one of those sorts of persons. But I know the people that, I'd rather just stay away from, just back away from, because of the personality, or because whatever, for whatever reason. Don't feel like you have a perfect relationship with everybody because you're related. And I'm saying this with air quotes, because a lot of people, they take that and they run with it. They go so far with it. And so many of our relatives feel like we owe them something. You're my this, fill in whatever the title is of the person you're related to. You got to do this for me. You owe me this, because maybe they raised you, or maybe they've done you some favors, or maybe they've supported you in the past. And that's nice and good that people have done things, but it should never be something that people hold over your head, because that's not reasonable. That's not realistic. Realist says, I was just saying this earlier. The only way to be, no matter who it is to just stand on it if we don't care for somebody. That's exactly it, realist. Be real and be yourself. Hey, Metro, how are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. So that's one of the things, I wanted to come on and vibe with this topic about perfectionism because people will pretend, this fake support. Oh, that's my best friend. Or, you know, um, people get so caught up in titles. That's, your spouse or somebody you're dating, or that's your friend, that's your coworker, that's your this, that's your that. Okay. So what? So what if somebody is related to you or that person? How do they make you feel? How do they treat you? Instead of living in this bubble, in this fairy tale of talking about, whatever the relationship you have with this person, how do they make you feel? How do they treat you? How do they show up for you? Or are you going to keep staying in this bubble and keep allowing people to keep pricking your nerves, irritating you, and you just, grin and bear it? Oh, everything's okay. And that's not okay. That is so toxic. And we're not doing toxic anymore. I think some people think just because it's a blood relation that a bond is mandatory. You're right, realist, and it's not. A bond, a relationship is on two sides, not one-sided, because that's being used, manipulated. That's somebody puppeting you, Do whatever I say. As long as you do whatever I say, we can be best friends. As long as you do what I say, that means you love me. No, it does not work that way in a healthy relationship, motivators, family. Okay, it doesn't. People who genuinely love you, they will want you to check them. They will be growing in the relationship. They will not keep you stagnant. They won't only want you to help them. They'll be looking for ways to help you, support you, so that not only they can be encouraged, but what about your encouragement? What about your mental health and your support and your finances and your whatever you have going on? See, that perfectionism part is something that I think all of us have to check, check that perfect, having this perfect, fairy tale. You know how like they used to have like, the house and the picket fence and the this and that. We have to stop thinking that life is a fairy tale book. There's real problems, there's real issues in relationships, and you just ignoring it, because that's what a lot of people do. They ignore the problem, or I don't want to talk about it. Ignoring the problem, not talking about it, doesn't help it, doesn't fix it. And it doesn't band-aid the problem. Just because you don't talk about it, or just because somebody doesn't want to talk about it, it doesn't mean that everything is okay. Hey, Sirius, how are you doing? Yes. Hey, Nate, how are you doing? Welcome in, everybody. That's one thing that I honestly had to learn, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to have this conversation today, about this perfection. About the perfectionism thing is that so many people feel this way, that because people in your life aren't saying things to you, they have the assumption that everything's perfect, everything's okay, we're happy, and people will take people for granted. And just because people aren't saying anything, it doesn't mean everything's okay. That is the reason why you have to have maturity in a relationship. There must be communication, open, honest communication, open, honest, not this fake stuff. Like asking questions. Is everything okay between us? Am I doing what I should do in the relationship? That's what happens in healthy relationships where there is disrespect and ghosting, manipulation. When you have that in relationships, that's not a good relationship. And so many people, they get caught up in, okay, this person is buying me things, or they get caught up in the materialistic. They're buying me things, or, I have these things, or, they're living this, whatever, entertainment, TV, fairy tale sort of life that if I have things, everything's okay. Mm. That's a conversation for another day. But we have to stop this mirage, this fakeness, this, lying to ourselves thing. Lying to ourselves and telling ourselves everything is okay with ourselves. And I have to say, like, when things are not okay, when things are not perfect, not perfect with you, if you're going through some emotional issues, or some physical issues like your health, or financial, or spiritual, or dealing with things with people in your life that's very stressful, don't ignore problems. Don't push it to the back. Don't say, well, I don't want to talk about it. That's not going to make a relationship better. And then later on, you are looking crazy when a person wants to break up, or a person doesn't want to deal with you. You can't manipulate people, ignore people, or do all these unhealthy, toxic, dysfunctional things and think that people are going to just wait, or people are just going to let it go, or, oh, I'm surprised. Like, what? Everything's not perfect. See, when you're mature, as a mature woman or a mature man, you ask questions, you communicate, you don't take people for granted. You have to actively participate in a relationship. That's what a relationship is. If you are not giving, you are taking away. And that's what most people don't want to say. People don't want to say this because they're afraid. They're afraid to let people know how they really feel, because they feel like, oh, they'll leave my life, which, guess what? A lot of times people do need to leave and break up, because certain individuals are not perfect. They are not good for us. And guess what? Some relationships that we have never, when I say never, I mean they have never been good for us from day one. But it is what it is. People would rather live this fairy tale, this lying to yourself, this, all of these things that is very unhealthy, just to say everything's okay. Everything's perfect. Everything's all right. Hey, James. Yeah, I don't like being perfect. I like being normal. Yes. Yeah, when people lie to themselves, they're very controlling and manipulative, and they want to do what they want to do. And that gets very exhausting when you have relationships like that, whether romantic or platonic, when you have people that don't ever think about you, are never supportive of you. It gets to be very tiring and exhaustive, and eventually you're going to have to leave those people alone, because it can't be only you in a relationship. It can't be just you being a friend. It can't just be you being a wife or a husband or a friend or a relative. It can't just be you putting in the work. It has to be on both sides. I'll say this, Metro, it should be like that. But I hear you about the support thing. It's true. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate you all. Rilla says, I don't want to be perfect. Too much stress to keep up that image for others. And I want to say, honestly, as a content creator, things that I see sometimes for some content creators, it's weird to me. And I'm going to leave it there. You guys could fill in the, what it is. Everybody, as a human being, whether you're a content creator or not, we all need breaks. We all experience sadness. We all have trials, and I get it, about being careful about what you put on social media. I get all of that. But it's the people who always act like every day is perfect. Every day is roses and sunshine. Every day is this. And I'm here to say I can't put that out there because that's not authentic. That's not real. There's a lot of days I wake up and I'm like, this again. I wake up with an attitude. I wake up, like I don't want it, like my burden is so heavy to carry because I'm human. I'm real. I'm not perfect. I'm just a woman who is honest and transparent about the way that I feel. So that's what it is. And I feel sad sometimes for a lot of content creators. It's a lot of people that I see on this app that don't know how to be themselves. They don't know who they are. It's a lot of people out here that are lost. And that really makes me sad that they don't know how to, if they're upset or angry, they don't know how to allow themselves to be upset or angry. They don't know how to show up for themselves and give themselves the permission to be sad or angry, or give themselves the permission to leave people alone and break up or block people. As you mature and heal, part of not being perfect is realizing the toxic people, the toxic energy, the manipulators, the controlling people, and that you don't have to live in this plastic bubble of perfection. Because I have to say, that's exhausting. Yes, peace of mind is everything. Yeah. And we don't want people to stress us out. Yes, James, you always need a break so you don't get the social media stress. And you guys know me. Marlene is going to take a break. And I recommend that to every single one of you too. Take a break. Take a break from everything. Take a break from people. And especially, you got to take a break from the negatives. For me, as a content creator, I make sure I take my breaks to relax my mind, to not feel that I have to be anybody other than me. What counts for me as a content creator is putting out real information, being authentic, speaking from my heart, being genuine. And I feel that eventually my people will find me. Sometimes it's slow, it's frustrating, but I don't want what is not meant to be for me. What is mine will be, regardless. You can't force it. You can't speed it up. I want what's mine. And I think that right there is giving that up, especially as a content creator. I just want to be me. I just want to be real. Sometimes I want to do my hair. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want to put on my makeup. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want to be on camera. Sometimes I don't. I'm not trying to be perfect, but one thing I know for sure is I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to be consistent and real and show you guys that whatever the seasons that's in your life right now, the good, the bad, the in between, the positive is you making a choice for peace. You making peace for yourself, you forgiving yourself and forgiving others, and to not be a doormat. Okay? That's a very important lesson for all of us, to not try to be perfect, to not try to be something that we're not. And what's always important, what I always want you guys to take as a lesson over here, to love yourself 100%. Not that you're going to feel like you love yourself 24 hours a day. I know for sure sometimes I get on my own nerves. I've been so irritated with myself, but I know how to pause. I know how to say, Marlene, take a deep breath. I know how to say, that's not your business. Like, stop trying to control. Stop trying to be what is not, being authentic and being real, and capture that, you know. Just be yourself, ladies. Just be yourself, gentlemen. Love yourself for who you are. For who you are. Not for what you have. Not for what other people think you should be. Not because of what you can give to other people. Just love yourself for who you are. And the people who don't love you for who you are, the ones that are just in your life to use you, to take advantage of you, eventually they will fall off. Those people are never meant to be in your life forever. I believe 100% that there are seasonal people. Some people come in our life for various reasons. Some people come in to teach us a lesson. They come in to teach you how to love yourself. Some people come in to show you how to get stronger. Some people come in and they empower you and they encourage you and they're there for you and they listen to you. There's those people, but let's not try to be perfect. Just try to be yourself. Okay? So that's the message to every single one of you. Thank you so much, Nate and Sirius and James, to this conversation, and anyone in the replay, leave me a comment below. But I just wanted to say to you all, especially we're getting closer and closer to the end of the year. Don't try to be perfect. Just try to be your best and focus on that today. Today I will be my best. Today I will do my best. Today I will respect myself. I will set boundaries and enforce them. Okay? That's important, everybody. Set boundaries, respect yourself, love yourself, be confident, but don't try to be perfect, because that's something that you can't keep up with. That's why you may be feeling overwhelmed. You don't have to be perfect in all your relationships. You don't have to be perfect with other people. And if other people aren't understanding that you can't always be there, maybe that's not a good person to keep in your life. Just some words to think about. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I will tap in on the next time I give you guys some positive mindset shifting, motivation, some life lessons, so that you can be a better woman, be a better man, and not be a doormat. We're not going to be a doormat from today and onward. We're going to learn the lesson. We're going to advocate for ourselves. We will take breaks. We will assert ourselves. We will cut people off, block the users, block the manipulators, and the jealous people. Okay? Sending you guys positive energy, positive love, reinforcements. Speak up for yourself, advocate for yourself, and be your best. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening.